In this very special video, we're going to check out the top screensavers you can run on your Mac right now in 2022. Something tells me this is going to be a two-part video because there are some really insane screensavers out there right now. Let's get into it. So this is a top 12 list, and many of them come from the same package of screensavers called X Screensaver. So here's the X Screensaver DMG open in Finder. In this folder, I can pick and choose the screensavers that I want, or I can double click this install everything installer package. The full installation will take around 160 megabytes. First up is Anamome. Let's check out the screensaver options. You have speed, arms, tentacles, thickness, withdrawal frequency, and turn speed. I like to show the clock with my screensaver. Up next is marbling, a more subtle screensaver full of color. The screensaver options are frame rate, magnification, scale, complexity. This next one is called Stoner View. In the options, you can choose wireframe, translucency, and show frame rate. Number 9 is Grid Clock, a super minimalistic clock by Christopher Newton. For this one, I don't show the clock. Up next is one of my personal favorites, Fluid Balls from X Screensaver. I stick with the default settings. The settings are frame rate, number of balls, ball size, gravity, wind, and friction. You can also have various ball sizes or not, shake box, and show frame rate. Up next is Retro Anime Clock from Gridfeedy. Up next is the super cool and super simple Fliqlo from Fliqlo.com. Options are time format, scale of clock, brightness, and whether to show a background or not. Up next, number 5, PAC-MAN. Up next is Aeon, which is a free open source Mac screensaver collection that gives you access to the flyover footage normally reserved for the Apple TV. So once I have Aeon installed, and if I go to screensaver options, this is where I can choose which flyover scenes will show up when the screensaver is launched. I can choose to select all of them. I can also deselect all and just choose the ones that I want. Personally, I just like space and see. Under settings, you can go to time to set what time adaptive videos will change based on the time of day. You can choose how it's going to work with different displays. Brightness, cache settings. You can have overlays, which is like a little widget over the flyover video. You can have a message, clock, date, location, battery, weather, countdown, timer, or you can have music. Under advanced, you can choose what video format. I recommend 4K HDR if your computer can handle it. Aeon is actually a visualizer for Apple Music and other music players, but if you pay for Aeon Platinum, you get a screensaver of it as well. Unfortunately, it costs about $30, but honestly, this would be number one if not for its high price. Here's a look at the visualizer in Apple Music. The next screensaver is an amazing one called Brooklyn, a screensaver by Pedro Carrasco, inspired by Apple's special event on October 30th, 2018. And under options, I can choose which versions of the Apple symbols show. So you can choose your favorites, or you can just choose Apple's original version and it'll cycle through all of them. You can also choose how many times each animation will repeat. I just leave that alone. Last is number 12, the greatest screensaver ever made, the classic pipes. You can choose the frame rate, number of pipes, pipe length, gadgetry, whether or not it uses a fisheye lens, allowing tight turns, different fittings and joints for the pipes, showing the frame rate and wireframe. Have you ever seen someone lay pipe more beautifully?